This is how you repair the armrest of the back seat bench in a Cadillac Seville. The reason I'm doing this again is because I didn't film this last year and I began working on my channel in late October 2023. So I didn't think on filming all this stuff and documenting it. So I want to revisit all this work I had to do to fix the armrest on the back seats. So let's get started. The first thing I need to do is to get the seats out, get this out, to get to this mechanism to unscrew it, get this out, get the foam out, cut the foam and fix the metal brace inside. So I wanna show you how I did this and show you how this thing works. Yeah, let's get started. First thing, get the seats out. This thing was pretty nasty because it is so tough to get out. I think I started with this side because it came out easier than the driver's side. To get this out, you have to push it to the back of the car. There is a hook, it's like this, and you have to push the bench back. Under there, the bench is fixed like this, it's pushed forward, and if you push it back, you can release it. So that is what I'm gonna try. So one side is out, as you can see. So let's tackle the left side of the car. So this side was pretty tough, as I remember. Holy moly. Oh yeah, here we go. Easier than last year, for sure. So, let's get the bench out. What do we have here? Are the wires for my amp. This is the hook thing I mentioned. So the bench is like here, push it back until you can get it out. Same on the other side. Here are some wires for I don't know what, pre-installed wires. So that's under the rear bench. Next thing I have to do is, where are the screws? Here are the screws. Unscrew this screw here, on the other side as well, to get the backrest out. So let's do this. These two are 7/16 bolts. So let's get them out. These are the bolts. Other side as well. Nice. All right. So before I get this out, let me get a cardboard. I found something much better. bit bigger. So let's get this backrest out. So on the side we have two hooks. I forgot to mention, you have to unhook this little thing up here. Let me show you this side. This little thing up here, this is the hook. You can bend this away. Pretty easy. Other side as well. Okay, this is loose. So now, yeah, the whole backrest out. Pretty easy. And push it up. Yeah, one side. Other side as well. Sweet. So let me get this out. Ta-da! So, here we can see what I did now. I pushed the backrest just a bit forward. So, I pushed it forward and was able to unhook this from that thing here. Three. One on the right side of the car, middle, and one on the left. So this is how it looks without a back seat. Okay, so what I did, I got me some of these pliers for all these hooks, with the whole set of hooks. At first I tried to keep them. I bent them open and hooked them back in, bent them together. But in the end I used new ones, because it is much cleaner and better to work with this little plier. So I'm cutting them once again, just to show you how I did this back then. One, two, boy, these are tough. Come on. Oh yeah. Okay, and here we have the back side of the mechanism. What you also have to do is get these hooks out. Watch this from the front side. These upper hooks are for this thing here. So you have to get them out to get all this stuff out. You need to get the right ones, because the other ones are for the bench itself. So there are just two hooks for this thing here. One is this. I think 7/16 bolts. Yeah. So one thing to look out, I'm gonna unscrew these four real quick. All right. So, and before you take the armrest out. Watch here where it sits. I mean, you can see it where the screw set. But here you can see where it was. So this is the middle one. 5 indicators, both were on the middle one. Okay, so now let's get this out. So this is the armrest. Here you can see I used 2 of these hog rings for this little leather thing, and under here are the screws for the mechanism we need to get out. So let's cut them open as well. 1 and 2. Now we can see the 4 screws holding this in. Okay, so what you gotta look out here is that these 4 screws go through, I think, 2 layers of fabric. One and 2. So, first thing, this little spring is clamped down with the upper bolts, and here are the 4 holes we need the screws to go through back later on. Okay, since now this is removed, let's remove the next layer. So cut another 3 hogs. Now all this is open. Unfold this, and here is the first time we can see the brace for the armrest. So basically what I did, to get it out it's pretty easy. To get it back in it's a bit harder. I'll try to get it out one more time just to show you what I did to fix this brace. So I'm wiggling it out carefully, so it's coming out pretty good. All right, so here we have the thing. This was one piece of foam. So what I did was I cut it open and tried to find the brace down here. It is glued together, so you have to play with it a bit. Here are the holes in the screw. I tried to cut them open carefully as well. Here you can see the glue. And then I got the brace out. And what I did here is I bent this, that these 2 lines are parallel as good as possible. I tried to smack them that this is pretty straight as well. And then I made a cardboard piece and cut some sheet metal. When I got this sheet metal ready, I looked where I could rivet this thing. So what I did down here was watching out for the holes, because the screws go in there pretty deep. So I watched out that I can screw the screw all the way in without contacting one of the rivets. Down here, these upper bolts, here I wanted just to have 2 rivets on the upper side of that big crack on both sides. So 2 on the upper side, 2 on the lower side. And this thing is sturdy. So this worked really well. Yeah, I'm sure you could weld this together and it would look much better, but I'm not that big of a welder, so I went the way with rivets. And the reason why I didn't glue this back together is that if sometime in the future something breaks again, I'm able to get back here pretty easy. And since this is in this leather, I mean, where could it go? This is so tight in there. So yeah, I did this late last year and it held really good. So I'm pretty happy with the result. And now let's put this back together. The hardest thing is to get this foam with the brace back inside here. And this is what I was very afraid of the first time. So you need to wiggle a lot and play with this thing. If you go side to side, this works pretty good. But here, a bit on the other side. And faster than you know, the armrest is back together. So get the 2 layers of fabric back together. 1 and 2 on the sides. Alright. So what I'm looking for now is where my bolt holes go. This looks really good. And here, I think I'm not all the way in. Oh yeah, so now these 2 fit as well. 1 and 2 holes. Here, 1 and 2. This layer goes on top, and there I have to hook these 2 together. So let's do this now. So I need to find the right hooks. These here, or I use these. But before I hook them together, I'm gonna screw these. I'm gonna screw this mechanism back in, since it is now way easier. So first I put the screw through this spring hook, through the first layer of fabric through the second one, and now I'm trying to find the hole. Alright, number 1. Same with number 2. First hole, second hole. Boom. Alright, 1 and 2 are in. So now the right side. First through the spring loop here. First layer of fabric. Second layer. And now I'm trying to find the hole. Alright. Number 1, number 2. Okay. I'm letting them loose just to have a little more wiggle room for the fabric. And now I'm trying to hook the first 2 together. So there was 1. Yeah. Through here. Nice. 1 is in. Alright. And third and last one. Sweet. So these are back together. And now the leather. I'm trying to find the original holes, not to put too much holes in all this stuff here. Alright. Next one. Okay. And guess what I forgot? To screw in these. If you're dumb, you gotta be tough. So. Alright, so through this hole again. Nice. Okay, so these 2 are back together, which means next thing is get the armrest back into the backrest, screw this in, clamp this on. Yeah. Let's do this. Okay. As you remember, it was in the middle. 1 here as well. And this one was clamped on here. So let me screw this in first. Get this started. Next one. the last one. Sweet. So the hooks on this. Okay, this is back in. So, last thing I have to do is put this back in there. Nice. So, since this one is ripped, I can get rid of that one here. One up here. One here. And the last hog down here. Nice. Okay, so that's it. Now let's get this back in the car. Okay, 1, 2, 3, they sit well up here. So the first thing here is get the hooks on the side. You can bend them a little. Alright, these sit well. So next up, these two screws. One on the right and one on the left. So I'm getting them started by hand and tighten them with my wrench. As mentioned before, these two are 7/16 as well. So all you need for this bench repair is a 7/16 nut. Get this work done. Okay, so that is in there. The armrest works well. It is straight. It's like new. When I got that car, this armrest, you can see the kink here. It was, well, hanging down like a dead animal. So right now I'm trying to hide all these wires under the carpet, since the bracket for my bench seats, you can see it seats here, and here are somewhere more brackets. I'm going to get my bench in. And these are the brackets. This is where you hook it, up here. And here is where the bench seats in the car. So this should work. Don't forget to pull out the seat belts, because later on it is possible, but it's a bit tougher. Okay. There's one as well. On this side too. Okay. And now I need to watch my wires. Okay, I can't see nothing here, but I feel it. And this feels fine. Yeah. So no wire under the seat. There's the big one, it's here. Okay. Yeah. This works fine. Perfect. So I'm trying the driver's side first. I can feel where it should go. Yeah, okay. I think this feels like an inch. So in centimeters it's about 2.5, more like 3-ish centimeters. So you have to really push this in. Boy, this is so tough. Oh yeah, same here. I'm trying to use my foot as a huge lever. Look how much I have to. Where is it? So here. Okay, same as the other side. About 3 centimeters to push this in. Oh yeah. Ooh, that went way easier. Nice. Okay, I can't believe it. That's it. So the bench is back in. The armrest works fine. Looks nice. This is the spring thing where I mounted the hook down there. So this looks really nice. And it works. It's straight and almost like new. You have to get the right pliers for easier hog handling or hog clamping, but it's not too hard. All right, so this is how you repair the armrest of the back seat bench in a Cadillac Seville. I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and as always, take care, drive safe, and pfiat euch. This is pretty comfy in here. I mean, you don't have too much of leg room in here, but it isn't too bad. For the smallest Seville, For the smallest caddy, I mean, you have plenty of room in here.